Alright guys, what's going on? Levi Trumbull reporting here. So today I got a wild one for you. And we're about to bring you an application for statement of charges as it relates to the District Court for Frederick County, Maryland. So guys, I cannot even just wrap my head around this situation. This one is wild. As you know, I stay monitoring the judicial system, the courts here in Frederick, all over the state of Maryland actually. But I'm telling you guys, there is no other type of person, like the kind of criminal or kind of person, I should say, that you will find in Frederick County. I'm telling you guys, here in Frederick, we got the wildest individuals, the most interesting things, the most interesting crimes, allegations of crimes that I have ever seen. Boy, they happen right here, and we could get into all that of what I mean by that, but today we're just going to give you one example. I've been following this situation for a couple of weeks, and I've been really trying to work the issue as it relates to this situation, see what information I can find. I'm trying to get a booking photo for this person in particular, but the first thing I want to do is I want to set the setting for where this crime allegedly took place in Frederick County, Maryland, before we bring you the application for statement of charges. So right here, we have a joint right here called Lovecraft. Now this is an adult store in Frederick County. It's right off of Route 40 in Frederick, if you guys know where that is. Obviously, I can't take you to their website because, it's an adult store. What I can show you is very limited, of course. You know what I mean? You can't go against the whole YouTube guideline situation. But here is the setting of where this crime allegedly took place. So, again, the joint is called Lovecraft. It is an adult store, like an erotica store off Route 40 in Frederick. You can see that right here. And I'm just trying to give you guys a brief layout of the setting of this place before we actually bring you the charging document. So you can see it right here. I guess they must do pretty well. As you can see, they have this whole building right here. A lot of these buildings sort of separate between, like you can see right here, sign 1, sign 2, if you can see my mouse hovering over that. So yeah, I mean, that's a pretty decent sized building. And if you go in there, I know that, it's even larger on the inside. There's it's a big place, and it's bigger than you even think just from looking at it on the outside of the building. But with that being said, now that I've laid out sort of the setting of where this crime took place, let's bring you the actual physical allegation as to what happened a little bit ago, a couple months back, at Lovecraft, at this adult store in Frederick County, Maryland. So let's bring you that right now. So here is the charging document. You see it right here on the screen in front of you. The individual who is charged with a crime in this case is somebody named Raina Emery Strufert. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but not quite sure. And she is about a 19, 20-year-old woman. Yeah, I believe 20 years old woman. And she is charged with malicious destruction of property over $1,000 in value. So she destroyed something maliciously which was over $1,000 in worth. That's what the charge is. So how did this individual, how did Raina Strufert, how did she do this? What was the crime? Well, let's get to that now. And this is just it's just the craziest situation, guys, but I'll read it to you directly. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. So here is our crime. On 5/2/23, at approximately 22:35 hours, Officer Fader responded to Lovecraft, located at 1216 West Patrick Street, Frederick City, Frederick County, Maryland, for the report of a burglary in progress. Frederick Police Department dispatch notified responding officers that the employee called in and stated an angry customer drove their car into the building. Upon arrival, Officer Fader observed a red Tesla bearing MD tag 2DJ4074 lodged in the front of the building, with the rear 75% of the vehicle inside of the store and the front end just barely sticking out. Officer Fader observed extensive amounts of structural damage to the building, as well as several items inside destroyed. Officer Fader made contact with the driver, who was still sitting in the driver's seat, apparently uninjured. The driver was identified by her Maryland driver's license as Raina Strufert. Strufert exited the vehicle via the passenger side door, as she was unable to exit via the driver's side. Strufert advised Officer Fader that she was in a lover's quarrel and she was very upset because the person she loves chose someone else over her. Strufert advised because of this, she was feeling extremely unalivable. I don't know if I can say that word in particular on YouTube, but she was feeling extremely, you know what, unalivable. As a result, she came to Lovecraft to buy what she called sniffers so that she could use them and put a plastic bag over her head and kill herself. When she got to Lovecraft, she was told by the employee, Tucker James, that the store is closed. Strufert became extremely agitated and got into her vehicle and backed it into the store intentionally. Strufert told Officer Fader she did this on purpose. Strufert did this on purpose so that she could obtain the sniffers from inside the store. Officer Fader spoke with the owner of Lovecraft, Michael Schwartz, who stated that he wished to pursue charges against Strufert for the damages to the store. Officer Fader is requesting Strufert be charged with the following: malicious destruction of property, and that all events occurred in Frederick County, Maryland. Oh, come on, guys. I mean, first of all, I just want to say, like, for the record, there is nothing funny about, like, somebody who's having a mental crisis, right, or trying to unalive themselves. Like, you can't, there's nothing funny about that, right? Like, we're all on the same page about that. But, like, this, to me, is like a major temper tantrum. This is not that. This is somebody, in my opinion, I don't know this person, right? I'm trying to get information about this person as we speak. But this is so ridiculous. Guys, this is a temper tantrum, right? Like, this is somebody, like, this is somebody who, in a moment of a temper tantrum, is having this lover's quarrel, and, oh, I'm just upset at the universe, so I'll just take it out on some random adult store's business and destroy their property by backing their vehicle, my vehicle, into their store and damaging their vehicle, which could potentially put them out of business for an extended period of time. It's like, it's ridiculous. And so she wants to buy sniffers, right? These things called sniffers. So I was trying to figure out, like, what is that? What is a sniffer? And from what I understand it is, a sniffer is something you put up your nose that I guess is supposed to arouse you or whatever. And she's trying to use sniffers so that she can put them up her nose and then put a plastic bag over her head to, I guess, unalive herself on sniffers. So she's going to put the bag on the head and I guess decease herself with sexually erotic toys. I mean, guys, what does that make sense? Come on, this is a temper tantrum, if you ask me. So, when I'm gonna be honest with you, I was laughing the first time I read it, and I still am to this day, because in my mind, it's just childish, immature behavior from somebody who obviously, like I said, about 20 years old, so definitely a young person. You couldn't be over 30, or maybe, I guess you could. Anything's possible, right? But yeah, that's the story right there. I wanted to bring you guys that charging document, and I wanted to let you guys know that we're working on a mugshot booking photo as we speak right now from the Frederick City Police Department. I don't know if one's on file. I don't know if there was a standard arrest in this situation. I don't know. Sometimes they don't particularly take you in. They would just hit you with a summons, a criminal summons, which is what this is. This is an application to the district court. I know that where we stand out with this case, this particular person retained an attorney, and she's trying to seek a jury trial through the circuit court. But as all this plays out, guys, we're going to be following it. This one is just this is a ridiculous situation, guys. And, you know, I'm just sorry. It just seems like one of those things that could only happen here in Frederick. Just ridiculous, guys. So, that is the situation. We are going to stay following it. And as developments come, as we get new information about this case, we will bring it to you guys, because this is just one of those ones that are so weird that we gotta follow it. I'm sorry, guys, we gotta follow it. It's so weird. It's so bizarre. Who does this? But anyway, guys, Levi Trumbull reporting, and we will catch you the next time. I hope this has been somewhat joyous for you guys. Take it easy.